Well, hello and welcome to the Bukit Jalil National Stadium as the athletics continues at the 2017 Sea Games. This is the afternoon session on day 4 of the track and field events, session 7 from the National Stadium. As the flame burns brightly, the game's flame. The conditions, I can tell you, are a little warm. Not quite as warm as the flame itself, but around 35 degrees Celsius in the venue. Humidity is under 50% for the first time during the athletics. So competitors will welcome that. They'll also welcome a slight breeze inside the venue, around 15 kilometers an hour. Won't be too happy though. They are conducting the long jump today. 2 long jump events to come, but let's take a look at today's program. So, long jump event is the 5th event in the women's heptathlon. That's first up on this day's program. The women's long jump final itself will take place shortly after the women's heptathlon long jump. There's plenty to come with the javelin throw final for men's and women's 4x100 meter relay finals, as well as the 5,000 meter women's final that'll take place. Victory ceremonies interspersed between. Well, athletes lined up. These are the athletes who, after 4 events, are separated by only a handful of points. The top 4 are separated by 94 points, and only 19 points between 2nd and 4th place, which is quite sensational, really, and it's building up to a phenomenally close finish between the top 4. One is likely to miss out, and of course there's still the prospect of one of the 2 outside the top 4 still sneaking in for a medal should they perform in the 3 events today. The women's heptathlon will see the long jump, javelin and 800 meter contested. Now let's introduce the athletes as they prepare for the long jump. That's Nurliana Kamarudin of Malaysia. Nurliana Kamarudin of Malaysia will be first to go in the long jump. 3 attempts for the women to try to gain a mark that will gain them maximum points. The legend, 5-time heptathlon champion at the Sea Games, Vasana Vinato, twice Asian champion. Chantawong Maniman of Laos, currently 6th, will be 3rd to go in the long jump. That's not Emilia Nova. This is Emilia Nova of Indonesia. 3,268 points after 4 events. She's been exceptional in the track events, so we're hoping that she can take something into the long jump. Her 800 should be good, just the javelin to concern her today. Alongside her though is another one of the legendary characters, Narcisa Atenza of Philippines, multiple medalist, and the defending champion from Thailand, Sunisa Botsyamrang, 24-year-old, who managed 4,511 points at the National University Games in March, but has a PB of just under 5,400 points, which should put her in fine position to challenge for a title should she manage to get quite up to that mark once again. The heptathlon long jump now is upon us as the program begins. Nurliana Kamarudin will be first to go. These contestants have all concluded their warm-ups. They've marked out their runs. They'll be looking for that speed down the runway. So first to go, Nurliana Kamarudin of Malaysia. to get herself out a decent distance, but she's gone over the board for her opening attempt. Only 3 attempts in the heptathlon to register a mark. 6 events in the event proper after 3 rounds, which they then switched to with the shortest distance to go first, and with the longest distance to go last. Just a little too long in that final stride, not visible there, but no jump for the Malaysian first up. Of the 3 attempts and a no jump first up for the Malaysian. Here is 5-time champion Minato. At 37, she's decided this is where she calls it quits. This will be her last heptathlon at her last SEA Games. It's not an ideal jump for her, but she does have a legal jump registered at least. The son of Minato. She says she's retiring after these games. This is her record 10th SEA Games. 5-time champion in the heptathlon. She still holds the SEA Games record, 5,889 points that she managed to notch up in on her way to the gold in 2007. So 5m15, nowhere near her best. Trying to register a good mark as well. The competitor from Laos, Chantavong Wanivan, currently 6th, so it is a legal jump. Getting a massive distance, so that should be just under the 5-meter mark. 4:93 it is. Now, the leader of the heptathlon after 4 rounds, Emilia Nova. She's got some good speed on the track. She'll want to bring that to the heptathlon. She was superb on her way to victory in the very first event, the 100-meter hurdle. She ran a 13.58, which is right up there with the very best in the world in the heptathlon. Garnered her over 1,000 points for that magnificent performance. And she followed that up with 1m62 in the high jump. Well, they've only gained her 759 points. Cameroonian was superb. She went 1m80, which would nearly have challenged for a medal in the women's high jump proper. So Nova well behind the board, but she's got some good distance there. She's happy with that. It'll be a jump that she can register a distance, and so far that's the best of the efforts that we've seen in the heptathlon. Still a first round, and still a couple of efforts to come. Two contestants But still have to have a go. 5m70. That is the biggest jump by some margin of this opening round. Might see the host of athletes lining up alongside the long jump pit. They're actually the long jump competitors for the women's long jump competition outside of the heptathlon competition. It's often not held on the same days owing to the fact that some of the best long jumpers in the world are heptathletes. Many examples of this over the years. And perhaps the most startling of which was Jackie Joyner-Kersey, Carolina Kluft as well, another one of the athletes who set a new standard when it came to heptathlon. And Kluft was unbeaten over 22 events competitions from 2002, I think, till when she retired at the end of the 2012 Olympic Games. Magnificent winning streak. Just a little too long from Atienza. Now at 37, she and Minato in the twilight of their careers. Still wanting to challenge for medals. Atienza looks a little out of it. So Narcisa Atienza, no jump first up. The defending champion. Very good long jumper. She produced a 6m8 at the Vietnam Open in July. So 3,174 points, with 19 points separating her. Currently in fourth from second place, the silver medal position, just 19 points. She can leapfrog Minato with a decent series here. She might even be able to leapfrog, you'll pardon the pun, Emilia Nova, who is only 94 points ahead of her in the overall standings. Do not discount Tsimuang in her favourite event. Oh, and that's huge distance. Well behind the plank, and she got the distance she needed. Just needs to hit the plank now. And this is a jumper who's regularly over 6 meters in the women's long jump competition. Good speed down the runway. Good trajectory as well. Just trying to pull her body through. So well behind the board. Big splash in the sand as well. Just leaning back ever so slightly. Good not to get her right arm that was trailing behind her for a bit to touch the sand. It's taking a fair amount of time to register this distance though. There's the star list for the men's javelin final. Malaysia, one competitor, Bakri Hamid. And we have a couple of the medalists from the 2015 and 2013 events, the likes of Husadin Rodmani of Thailand, who will be second to throw, and Pirachat Jantra of Thailand will have another opportunity to build on his SEA Games record that he set in 2013, 76.30. They're among the favourites for the gold. So first to be introduced, Mohammed Bakri Hamid of Malaysia. Musadin Rudmani, a man from Thailand with distances of in excess of 70 meters this season. Silver medalist at the last two games. The 24-year-old Kenny Gonzalez of the Philippines. He'll need to improve on his season's best of just under 64 meters to contend for a medal. From Myanmar, Liang Tang Pui, fourth to throw. While Ko Tong Eng of Singapore will be fifth in the opening round of throws. 253, Pirachit Jantra, gold medalist at the last two SEA Games. The 26-year-old is also the current record holder. Beatyo Ong of Myanmar goes seventh. While Indonesia's 21-year-old Abdul Abd Hafiz goes eighth. Melvin Kalano, 26-year-old from the Philippines, who was here to compete at the Malaysian Open in July in preparation for the SEA Games. Back at the Bukit Jalil's National Stadium and set to contend. While from Vietnam, the only competitor from Vietnam in this men's javelin final is Nguyen Khoi Van, 24-year-old, who has a best of 72.26 this season, and he'll fancy a medal. So first up from Malaysia, Muhammad Bakri Hamid to get the men's javelin final started. He doesn't have a great deal of speed down the runway and not a very big trajectory on that opening attempt. Didn't look very comfortable at all. That left knee heavily strapped. It's a legal throw, but it's not a very big throw for Muhammad Bakri Hamid. The only Malaysian competitor registers his first attempt at just under 50 meters. Now this man is regularly over 70 meters. Musadin Rudmani, 29-year-old now, silver medalist at the last two SEA Games. A javelin nice and high, resting in the crease of his palm. He's getting very close to the line and nearly takes out the official, so that's a no throw. Loses his balance, just a little too late on the release this time, couldn't quite catch himself. So no throw first up. A decent looking throw, but if he can't keep his balance, nearly twisted his ankle as well. So well out. The javelin went well out, but nearly took out the technical official. For a moment, didn't know whether he should get out the way or just try to protect himself from a seated position. Philippines, Kenny Gonzalez. Just wants to register a legal first throw. That's a little better. Should be around just over 55 meters.
For information, ladies and gentlemen, the SEA Games record holder at the length of 6.71 meter, record holder from the Philippines, set in 2011. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to introduce the competitors taking part in this event.
So Gonzalez, 55.37. Now for Yang Pang Dangui of Myanmar. And it's over the 50-meter mark. Looks to be.
Malaysia. 581, Heptathlon, Thailand. 550, Marcela Sunang, the Philippines. And ladies and gentlemen, she is the record holder. 506, Maria Natalia Londa, Indonesia. 625,
Ko Dong En of Singapore. Good speed, very good speed, good height as well. And that's much closer to the 60-meter mark. A little smile from Ko Dong En. And straight down the centre as well. Shows his good control. A fantastic start. 59.05 puts him in top spot currently. Still a few long competitors to come, but it's a solid start for the Singaporean. Now the defending champion, he is certainly not the most physically imposing individual, but his technique counts for much. Pirachat Jantra, a man who's been beyond 75 meters fairly regularly. That is a long way out. Well, that is on the 70-meter mark. Well, first up, just shows what a great technique he has again. Doesn't have quite the physical robustness of a few of the other competitors, but using just one arm gets the mechanics so spot on. That arm just snapping through over the shoulder. Not gripping the javelin too tightly. The moment he released it, he knew that it was well on its way. Javelin, just over 2.5 meters long, the men's javelin, and just under a kilogram in weight, around 800 grams. So 70 meters and 5 centimeters. That is a big opening throw for the defending champion. Pyo Ong of Myanmar. For his opening throw. taking a while to get started. It was a huge amount of effort, but it's not going to get quite the distance. It'll be up over 55 meters. So a legal first throw around the 55-meter mark. Just breaking to one side, opening up the chest, snapping the right arm through. Need to get that shoulder far back as possible. Going to get the base of the javelin as close to the ground as possible without dragging it on the tartan, and just snap it through that throwing arm, all without trying to cross the foul line. So 55.72, currently third best of the first round efforts. 3 athletes still to register opening round throws. Abdullah Fiz of Indonesia. Oh, that's a really good opening effort. Over 60 meters. From distance it was fine, but a red flag, so no throw registered. A couple of the more familiar names and a couple of the star prospects, as it were, have not registered a throw in their opening attempt. Just stepping over the foul line, or the scratch line, whichever you prefer. There's Melvin Canalo, the penultimate athlete, to begin his javelin final. The 26-year-old came here deliberately to compete in the Malaysian Open in July, get a sense of the stadium, and that is a fantastic effort. That is well beyond his best effort at the Malaysian Open, where he threw 64.07. That is up around 66 meters. Well, that'll put him in second place very early on. Just drifting a little to the right of the 29-degree marked sector, in which the javelin must land to be registered as a legal throw. Going over the foul line. So 65.59 meters. He is second currently. Very good opening attempt from the Filipino. Nguyen Quay Van. Now, this man has a very big throw, and he might fancy a gold medal. He will want to be challenging the likes of Husadin Rodmani and Peter Chadjantra for the gold medal. What does he have first up as he begins his javelin final? Good speed down the runway, manages to stay just inside the scratch line, and he too has gone out over 65 meters. So we're getting a sense of where minimum requirements are for a few of the athletes. He's drifting slightly to the left with his throw, but we'll take it for an opening effort. Just a huge amount of effort. As well, the way he shrugged his shoulder suggests he's not entirely warm. So 65.54, only 5 centimeters off second and he's currently third overall. An indication of where the medals might be going. So 5 centimeters separating second and third. Kalano just ahead of Nguyen, but Pirachat Jantra with the opening throw of over 70 meters, laying down a very solid benchmark. Ko Tong En, he's had his fair share of injury concerns, but looking for a medal here for Singapore. So this is the start for the women's 4x100 meter final. Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam go in lanes 3 to 7.
Ladies and gentlemen,
lead off for Malaysia, Azrin Nabila.
lead one from Malaysia. Lead two from
So Rose Nelson will lead off for the Philippines as they go in lane 4.
lead
Looking
five.
for a medal here with 3 very solid sprinters. Wendy En, who was part of the side that finished 4th, but in national record time at the last SEA Games.
Lead six from Thailand.
So Parichat Karuensuk will lead off for Thailand, who go in lane 6.
And
Now the defending champions.
from Vietnam.
Now Vietnam, the silver medalists from 2 years ago. Less than 0.2 of a second separating the two teams. Le Team Mong Tuyen leads off for Vietnam. Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam. Going from lanes 3 to 7. Thailand, the defending champions. Silver medalists from 2 years ago. Vietnam in the outside lane. Getting away very quickly there. Wendy En going for Singapore. Got off to a fine start. She looks to be going to a flyer as well. But building into a stride on the outside is Leti Mong Tuyen of Vietnam. Good handovers for all the competitors so far. Just a little too slow on the inside lane for Malaysia, though. We've got a little bit of speed to work up for the Singaporeans, just losing a little pace on the back straight. Second bend now. It looks to be Vietnam who take the lead out in front. We'll see as they get into the final flat and the final changeover. But Vietnam looking very solid for the gold medal here. It's a poor handover. It's eventually been passed on in the baton. It'll be brought to victory by Vietnam. The race for silver and bronze is certainly on. Vietnam will come to the gold. In the end, it's just been brought home by Thailand for the silver medal. And Philippines will claim the bronze ahead of Singapore, who finished 4th for the 2nd consecutive SEA Games. But a superb final sprint, just opening up an enormous gap. Le Tu Chin, the fastest woman in Southeast Asia, having claimed the 100 and 200 meter double. She has her 3rd gold medal of these games, helping Vietnam to another impressive victory. Well, big celebrations for Vietnam. Leti Mong Tuyen led off very fast, opening 100. So 43.88. It's a new SEA Games record for Thailand as well, for Vietnam as well, breaking Thailand's record of 44 flat. Great combination. Chan Tien Hoa. And the 3rd leg. Malaysia miss out on the medal. Singapore miss out on the medal. Thailand have got the silver. 44.62. Supawan bringing it home. And the Philippines will celebrate. Zon and Rose Nelson, the Richardson twins, Kayla and Kyla. And Luzon. And celebrations here for Vietnam. Very quick on the initial leg. Zon Rose Nelson got off to a decent start, just handing over to Kayla Anise Richardson. Ran the back straight very nicely and got beyond Singapore with that first change. Vietnam by this time though were just streaming ahead. By the time the baton was handed over to Le Tu Chin, she was only a little way ahead of the remainder of the field, but took the baton and just brought it home, extended her advantage by some margin over anyone else in the field. She just looks so easy. It was a bit awkward, that final handover though for Vietnam, but an expression of delight from the 20-year-old who in her first SEA Games has claimed 3 gold medals from 3 events. Well, the champions Le Timong Thuyen, Do Thi Huyen, Le Tu Chin and Tran Thi Yen Hua. They have brought Vietnam victory in a SEA Games record time of 43.88 ahead of Thailand and the Philippines claiming bronze. Singapore and Malaysia miss out on the medals. Ko Tong En of Singapore has to improve on his first round effort. Gets this up to around about 59 meters. So needs an improvement on that. Needs to go beyond 65 if he's to get himself into the medals. He's had his injury concerns. This man, Ko Tong En. The defending champion. So under 58 meters. The defending champion now. How far can he launch the javelin this time? The only effort of over 70 meters in the opening round. It's another superb effort, and that should be around 71 meters. So consistency the key here for the defending champion. Oh, wonderful exhibition. Great speed. Just getting himself as close to the foul line as he can. Not stepping over. Watchful, but he knew that was long when he released it. So Prachit Jantra. 71.49. It's taken all but 2 competitors out of gold medal contention. They would need to throw significant personal bests if they are to get anywhere close to the man who currently leads. Pyo Aung of Myanmar. Well, that'll improve on his first round effort, but not enough to get him into medal contention. Abdul Hafiz of Indonesia next to go. Hasn't registered an attempt yet. He had a throw of just short of the 65-meter mark had it been legal. So has the potential to put himself into medal contention, but he needs to register a legal throw first. Didn't like this one. And that's why, well short of 60 meters this time. So 59.22 for Abdul Hafiz. Now, Kalano. A solid effort for Kalano. As the men prepare for the 4x100 meter relay. Norman Kalano will have his second round effort first. It's Kalano and Nguyen of Vietnam, the two athletes remaining with their second round throws. No effort from Kalano, scratched. Not happy with that performance, and watch what he does. Just steps over the line. Don't like it? Nope. Step over the line. So scratches his second attempt. Remains second overall with that 65.59. Now Nguyen. Only 5 centimeters behind Kalano. Oh, little too much effort this time. Well, the javelin went out at a decent distance. It's not going to be measured though. A little too much momentum, just carrying him over the foul line. Couldn't stop himself. Almost twisted his right ankle in trying to prevent himself from going over. He'll take comfort from the fact that it went out to around the 66-67 meter mark. Just needs to get that throw registered. So after 2 throws, Chandra ahead of Kalano, ahead of Nguyen.
Balapan sebelumnya 4 kali 100 meter berlagi di tingkat akhir. Sebelum kita saksikan acara relay 4 kali 100 meter berlagi, elok juga kita ketahui akan rekod kejuaraan ataupun rekod kompetisi.
So it seems as if Muhammad Bakri Hamid of Malaysia has withdrawn from the competition. There was a moment where he looked like he was hobbling a little following his opening effort. His left knee heavily strapped. And he's remained seated in the players' area, in the athletes' seating area, inside the runway. So, first up for the third round then will be Musadin Rodmani. trying to get himself into medal position. Silver medalist of the last two SEA Games. Oh, has he gone over the line here? He's gone well beyond the 60-meter mark, but that is not an effort that's going to count. Technical official, ever watchful. Oh, touched the scratch line. And a no throw as a result.
Will be witnessing the next track event of the day, men's 4x100 meters final.
So, Husadin Runmani has only one registered throw from his opening three efforts. This is the start list for the men's 4x100 meter final. Brunei, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Laos, Philippines and Singapore going in lanes 3 to 9.
The teams participating in the men's relay 4x100 meters. Taking on lane 3.
Brunei, with Abdullah, Rashid, Abdullah and Ismail. There you go in lane 3.
Lane 4.
Going in lane 4, the host nation Malaysia. Hanafi will lead off with Nyepa running second, Hisyam running third. And Kennedy will bring home the baton.
Ladies and gentlemen,
running for Indonesia first up. One of the many showmen. Fadlin will lead off. Iswandi will take the baton to run the back straight. Rimbawan and Bobi representing Thailand. The team that is the team to beat. Gold medalists at the last 5. Or 5 of the last 6 rather.
Lane 7, quartet representing Laos.
Mantawan, Sipasuk, Seth and Gengao are the 4 athletes that'll go for Laos in lane 7.
Lane 8.
Anthony Lopena of the Philippines will help his country off. Bagsit will run second. Cray, the 400-meter hurdles champion and silver medalist in the 100, will go third. And bringing it home is the 200-meter and 400-meter champion, Trenton Anthony Berham. While for Singapore, Mohammed Hariz will lead off. Calvin Kang will run the back straight. Arif Januri will run the second bend. And Timothy Yap Jin Mei will bring home the baton for the Singapore side that are hoping to be in the medals yet again. They set a sensational national record of 39.24 at the 2015 Games. Calvin Kang, though, the only remaining athlete from the 4 that ran in the final in Singapore 2 years ago. And for Thailand, we have a very strong team. Philippines as well, with 3 gold medals, with their last 2 runners alone. So a good start, decent start, will set them up nicely for at least a medal. Brunei, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Laos, Philippines, Singapore. The 4 sprinters for each of these sides in a designated lane, each one of these athletes running 100 meters. Now, going for Philippines is Lupina, looking very good, but on the inside for Thailand, Namsawun's opening leg was absolutely superb. Hands over to Chongchai, who's eating up the back straight, but also catching him. Sipasuk of Laos in Indonesia. Iswandi had a very fine leg as well to get Indonesia into medal position. Malaysia a little off the pace here, but it looks to be Laos who are putting in some real pressure. And there's a good-looking run here between Indonesia and Thailand for the gold. Thailand, I think, are going to hold on. Singapore looking for the silver and just going to miss out on the silver. Claim bronze in the 4x100. A fine last leg it was from Timothy Yap Jin Mei to give Singapore a chance at the silver medal. Claimed the bronze in the end. But Satorenka gives Thailand the speed they need down the back straight. And Thailand are the champions. Yaspi Bobi made it an intriguing race for Indonesia. The first 40 or 50 meters looked like he was challenging for the gold. By the last 40 meters, it looked like he was being challenged by Timothy Yap Jin Mei for that silver medal. Thailand, though, another impressive performance in the men's 4x100 meter. Indonesia second, 39.05. While Thailand, in SEA Games record, have claimed the gold yet again and continue to live up to that very impressive reputation. They only missed out on the gold in 2011 in recent SEA Games history. But Indonesia fine second, and Philippines. It's Philippines who've got that bronze medal. I beg your pardon. Anthony Barham looked really good in the closing stages. Well, Cray ran the second bend. I beg your pardon. That's Thailand that had gone on to a comfortable gold. Indonesia with the second, and Philippines with the bronze medal. And Cray and Barham are the closing two runners for the Philippines. And set it up nicely. Well, SEA Games record for Thailand. They break their own record by 0.05 of a second and claim the gold ahead of Indonesia, with the Philippines finishing third. So first two efforts in excess of 70 meters for Pirachet Jantra. Great height on that javelin. Just not getting it out beyond 70 meters this time. So steps over the scratch line.
Atasi rekor perjalanan 44.001. Tanya serta daripada Vietnam.
So scratch for him in his third effort, but still leads by a significant margin following his three throws. Pyo Ong of Myanmar next to go, and after three throws they'll change the order in which they throw for the final three efforts. Got very close to the foul line, but not close to his best. So we'll need an improvement in his final 3 throws. An athlete from Myanmar. This is Abdul Hafiz from Indonesia. Still only 21, plenty to learn. The first throw was over 60 meters. Battle to not step over the foul line, indeed did so. So no throw for the opening effort, short of 60 meters for his second. What can he do here? He stays within the foul line, but doesn't like that, although that's gone well beyond 60 meters. Not sure why he wasn't impressed with that. Well, perhaps because he knows that he's still not in medal placing if he registers a throw short of 65 meters. Now Kalano, second overall, following that opening effort of 65.59. Snapping the throwing arm through, and that should be an improvement as well on his opening effort. Not by a massive margin, but it should be an improvement on the opening effort. So 65.70. He'll take that. Slight improvement on his opening effort. He'll need another 16, 17 centimeters to get himself into silver medal position here. Nguyen from Vietnam. Again, just struggling to keep himself away from the foul line. Just too much momentum. Can't maintain his balance, and the technical official, as a result, the red flag. After 3 rounds, it'll be Jantra well ahead of Kalano and Nguyen, who are battling for the silver. Hafiz has shown potential to put himself into medal contention. Rudmani nowhere near his best. He's significantly below his best. A man who's capable of going in excess of 70 meters. Mohammed Bakri Hamid has withdrawn. This is the start list then for the women's long jump. Now, this should be an intense battle. Competitors from Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia and Laos. First to go from Vietnam, Bui Thi Tu Tao, the 25-year-old. The medalist at the last 2 games, bronze and silver. pace down the runway, but that's the legal jump, 6.64. Opening effort. Catherine K. Santos shares a birthday with the defending champion, Maria Natalia Londa. And she looks fairly pleased with that. So 6.18 places her second overall. Maristela Sunang, competing under her married name now, formerly Torres. The 36-year-old, still going strong. Bronze medalist in 2015, but a four-time champion. That's a big jump, but has she gone over the board there? Fine plant in the end, 6.45. So that'll put her into second.
Men's 4 by 100 meters final.
Look at the camera. Yeah. Woo! Good, man.
ceremony for the women's 4x100 meters. Please welcome the medalists.
This is the victory ceremony for the women's 4x100 meter relay.
Sophia binti almarhum Sultan Azlan Shah, Council Member of Malaysian Athletics Federation. The mascot and seedling will be presented by Madam Haslina Abdul Hamid, Deputy Secretary General of Strategic, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, bronze medalists from Philippines with a time
Well, the bronze medal going the way of the Philippines. Zion Rose Nelson led off before Kayla Anise Richardson took the baton down the back straight, handed it to her sister, twin sister, Kyla Richardson. You can see they are standing on either end of the two teammates, while Eloisa Luzon brought it home for the Philippines. And bronze medals to the Philippines in this 4x100 meter women's relay. Each of the recipients will see their mascot and a seedling. We'll get the mascot and seedling presently. Perhaps a little too much for the presentation party. The one will carry the seedling for now. So bronze medals for Philippines. They will be receiving their silver medals in a moment. The Thailand team, the quartet, Parichat Charoensuk, Kanyarat Pakti, Tasapon Vanakit, and indeed the final 100 being run by Supawan Tipat. Silver medals for a team that was expected to challenge for the gold medal. And challenge they did, they just failed to claim it with the advent of the incredibly impressive Vietnamese outfit. So roles reversed 2 years on, from Thailand winning gold over Vietnam, the other way around this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, gold medalists.
For the winners in a new SEA Games record time as well.
Vietnam with a new SEA Games record of 43.88 seconds.
43.88. They win gold in record time to Vietnam. Le Timong Thuyen led off before Do Thi Nguyen ran the back straight. Tran Thi Yen Hoa took the second bend before handing it over to Le Tu Chin, the athlete on the very left, as you see it. Le Tu Chin, 100-meter champion, 200-meter champion, 4x100 meter champion now. 3 gold medals from her 3 events. And that's Kuala Lumpur 2017. The new speed queen of Southeast Asia has been crowned. Another emphatic performance. for the national anthem of Vietnam. Confirmation of the medalists in. Bronze medal going the way of Philippines. Thailand with the silver medal. And a victorious quartet from Vietnam in SEA Games record time, 43.88. Now, fourth overall, he's just out of the medal placings at the moment, Nguyen. Only one legal throw registered, needs to break his momentum somehow. Just hasn't been able to stop before the foul line, this time does. At the Javelin, not quite as far out as he would like it to be. Short of the 65-meter mark, so he won't move into the medals. Melvin Calano. He's running for the distance on this, but it's not an improvement of his best.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the National Stadium of Untitled.
So 65.70 remains his best. And stays in the medals. And now the defending champion to improve. There's confirmation that Nguyen short of his best mark.
And you just witnessed the victory ceremony.
Well, again short of the 70-meter mark. His opening two throws beyond 70 meters. And his next two have been short of that, so again just decides he's going to scratch that throw. Didn't like it. Take a step forward, step over the line, there we go. Foul throw registered. So scratched.
And followed by the women's 5,000 meters finals.
So soliciting some advice perhaps, the Indonesian. Abdul Hafiz.
Despite the gloomy weather that we are forecasting right now.
Gaib Kyo Aung of Myanmar.
To see all of you here for your ardent support and well-wished to all participants. Discipline. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for today's event. Tepuk tu tak keburu sangat. Biarkan keburu lagi. Tepuk sekali. Tepuk kali kedua. Tepuk sekali. Terima kasih.
Still hasn't improved on his 57.65 in the second round.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, official result for event 4x100 suspended fight. First place goes to Clinton from Thailand with a time to take 0.90 That's a new SEA Games record. Second place goes to Clinton from Indonesia with a time to 9.05 seconds. Third place goes to Clinton from Philippines with a time to 9.11 seconds. Fourth place goes to Clinton from Malaysia with a time to 9.27 seconds. Fifth place.
So Ko Tong En, the 25-year-old, just hasn't been able to build on that opening attempt of 59.05 meters. Finds himself well out of the medals, 7th overall. The School Games gold medalist in 2009. Southeast Asian Games School Games champion. Doesn't like that at all. Completely unhappy. Fifth overall, the silver medalist of the last two games. Well, this is an athlete who can go 71 meters, struggle to find 60 meters.
The men's javelin throw is in progress. So finally turn attention to the javelin throw.
Trying to get the momentum, just getting body behind it. Well, it's planted over 60 meters. It's still not nearly anywhere near his best effort. His silver medal throw in 2015 was just short of the 71-meter mark. And his best is still only 62.79. Some frustration. One round remaining. He needs to pluck an improvement from somewhere. Now the javelins are returned. There's Kenny Gonzalez, who's improved his placing.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, selamat hadirin di pemilihan sebelah olahraga. Kita masih
Potential for 2 Philippines medals is
cara penyampaian hadiah. Masih berlangsung
not enormous, but certainly is there. Kelly Gonzalez just needs to up that throw by another 5 or so meters.
pada jam pelaksanaan nanti kita akan saksikan heptathlon wanita yang ke-6 juga berjam putih. Jadi tuan-tuan dan puan, acara balapan yang berlangsung pada jam 4
Watching it intently, again, short of where he wants to go, short of the 60-meter mark. It's a legal throw. He too looks a little awkward now. Not getting the distance of his compatriot Melvin Calano. So 58.99. 1 round remaining. Remains in 6th.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the victory ceremony for the men's 4x100 meters. Please welcome the medalists.
So this is the victory ceremony for the men's 4x100 meter relay. Eric Cray has a complete collection from the SEA Games, a gold in the 400 hurdles, silver in the 100 meters, and in the 4x100 meter he now has a bronze. He'll collect it with his Philippines quartet.
The medals will be presented by Yang Penghormat Dato M. Saravanan, Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, Malaysia. The mascot and seedling will be presented by Yang Berbahagia Dato Haji Fazil bin Abu Bakar, President of Malacca Athletics Association. Ladies and gentlemen, bronze medalist quartet from Philippines with the
So the
time
quartet of Anthony Lupina,
9.9
Archan Christian Bugsits, Eric Cray, and the 200 and 400 meter champion Trenton Anthony Berham. So Lupina receives his medal. There's Berham, the bronze going around his neck. Eric Cray, gold in the hurdles, 400 hurdles. Silver in the 100 flats, bronze in the 4x100 relay. And Bugsits receiving his medal as well. And smiles all around. Eric Cray gets the seedling and the mascot. Only one seedling is being handed out per medal event. Mascots and medals for the 4 athletes from
Silver
Philippines.
medalist quartet from Indonesia.
But from Indonesia,
with the time
a fine
of
effort.
39.05
Just outside the 39-second mark. Fadlin of Indonesia led out before Iswandi took them down the back straight. It was Rimbawan who ran the second bend, and Yaspi Bobi brought Indonesia home. 39.05 to claim silver. Well, the gold medalist
Thailand
are
with
from
a new
Thailand.
SEA Games record of 38.90 seconds.
Well, breaking their previous record by 5/100ths of a second, Thailand ran 38.90 to claim the gold medal. Pitsada Namsoon ran the opening leg. Bandit Chongchai ran the second 100. Jirapong Minapra ran the second bend and really gave Thailand a virtually unassailable lead coming into the final 100 when Charan Satuengram grabbed the baton and ran across the finish line. Very slick handovers from the Thai team. Get themselves not only gold medals, but mascots as well for their efforts. And keeping up that very impressive Thai record. 6 golds in the last 7 for Thailand, only missing out in 2011.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Thailand.
A new pose, Tiger Claw. Another superb performance. Well, Rimao, the mascot, is a tiger for the 2017 SEA Games in Kuala Lumpur, and the Thai team celebrating like tigers. They performed admirably. New SEA Games record for Thailand. So this must have been decided beforehand. And an interesting pose. Minapra, he's a bit of a jokester. Great showman and a fantastic athlete as well. Another gold medal for him in his illustrious career. Final effort for the silver medalist of 2013 and 2015. Husadin Rudmani, currently out of the medals, will need a throw in excess of 65 meters. Oh, that's not got the distance, I'm afraid. And he's going to finish outside the medals for the first time in 3 games. Thailand might have been dreaming of a 1-2 with the favourite Pirachet Jantra currently leading, and Husadin Rudmani, silver medalist from Singapore and from Naypyidaw. Both trying to go for the top prize once again, but not to be. 63.71. He improves his distance, but not his standings. He'll finish no higher than 5th. Gonzalez, currently 6th overall in the standings. So short of 60 meters, and he'll finish no higher than 6th following that final effort. So his best effort remains that 3rd round attempt, 60.69 meters. Abdullah Fiz. Very close to fouling with that throw. Well, there's enormous effort. Now, he's got a best of 67.07 this season in Singapore in April. A nervous wait here for him. It's around 66 meters. Is he up there? He's getting a thumbs up from man who's currently leading and the defending champion in a very solid gold medal position. Very close to the edge of this 29-degree sector as well, down the left side of it, as he would see the sector, and very close as well to fouling himself out within a couple of inches of the scratch line. And has he done enough? Abdullah Fiz, the 21-year-old, to try to get himself into the medals with his final effort. Well, into that gold medal position, it's not going to be his best effort, 69.3. Final effort to come from a man who's gone well beyond 70 meters this season. He's yet to produce a throw akin to that in this championship. Well, that'll keep him out of the medals. Disappointing series then for the Thai javelin star. Well, he's entirely unhappy with that performance. Nguyen Ivan, 24-year-old, only registering 3 legal throws, 65.54. His opening effort was the best of them. Now, Melvin Calano of the Philippines, well, he had a couple of impressive throws first up, and this to perhaps move himself up into silver or even gold medal position. Currently in bronze. I don't think he's done enough. No, he hasn't indeed. The defending champion is not going to be dethroned. Close to his own record at these SEA Games. 2013, he won with a throw of 76 meters 30. And Melvin Calano. Bronze medal for the Philippine star. And for 3 no throws. Can he finish on a high? Screaming after this one. Just about on the 70-meter mark. It'll be a couple of centimeters short, but he ends the javelin competition by being crowned champion. He steps over the scratch line, congratulated by the technical officials. And that is the end of the men's javelin competition. And no surprise about the gold medalist. Now, at the age of 26, he's just won his 3rd consecutive gold medal at the SEA Games. Indonesia But another athletics medal, this time a silver for Hafiz in the javelin. And for the Philippines, a fine effort from Melvin Calano sees him finish in 3rd position overall. Not his best effort. Very solid technique from the Thai, just shy of the 70-meter mark. Didn't like it, scratched his final throw. But in excess of 71 meters with his 2nd round effort, enough to take the other competitors out of medal contention. And another gold for Pirachet Jantra. Confirmation then of the results. It's a very solid gold medal performance from Pirachet Jantra, 71.49, ahead of Abdul Hafiz of Indonesia with the 69.30, and Melvin Calano of the Philippines, some would say surprisingly, and has claimed the bronze medal.
Heptathlon result after 5 events. Tuan-tuan sedang hadirin yang dihormati sekalian. Tumpuan anda atas scoreboard dipaparkan.
The women's long jump competition.
Acara Heptathlon selepas 5 disiplin. Teman-teman tuan-tuan kedudukan dan pertama serta dari Indonesia.
Currently in 1st place, the silver medalist of 2015. She's gone just a little long here on the board. Indeed, just overstepping the mark. Good distance in the sand pit. Had it been a legal jump, just a little too long. Puiti Tutao, 25 years old. Bronze in 2013, silver in 2015. Now 2017, she's producing a grand series and is set for the gold. With a round to go. Not yet done, however. Still 1 round of jumps remaining. Puttabong, also a sprinter for Lao.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the standing for Heptathlon after 5.
The best of 5.75 so far, opening round effort. It won't improve on her best effort. So finishes with a fairly consistent series at a best of 5.75. Will not finish higher than 8th. Shaidatun Nadia Suki. Struggled in the triple jump as well. Finds herself 7th overall. Looking to go over 6 meters here. Trying to psych herself up for a final effort. Doesn't have the longest of the run-ups. Trying to get herself close to the edge of the board. Land on the plank. She's well over the plank this time. So it won't be an improvement. And she'll end the competition no higher than 7th. No luck for the local competitor. This is the final of the women's 5,000 metre. Well, in it, very familiar face to anyone who's followed the longer distance races on the track at the Southeast Asia Games. A couple of familiar names, but certainly chief among them will be Trianingsih.
Untuk melawan rekod Sokansi adalah 15 menit 54.32.
So let's introduce the athletes.
Pada tahun 2007.
Indo Koman Lodko, 21-year-old. She was a teenager when she set a new national record in 2013 by taking the bronze. She got bronze in the 1,500 metre here as well. Laos' first athletics medal at Kuala Lumpur 2017. Kin Marse of Myanmar goes in lane 2, sixth in the 10,000 metre.
502.
From Indonesia, Oliver Sadi, also a 1,500 metre runner, but gold medalist as far back as 2005. For Vietnam, Nguyen Thi Oanh, gold medalist in the 1,500 metre. She's got a very strong finish.
Sunika
Prichaprong goes for Thailand, running from lane 5.
Indonesia.
Trianingsih.
Record holder for this event.
Not only is she the record holder for this event, she is a 4-time gold medalist.
606.
Current 10,000 metre champion as well, aiming for a 5th 5,000, 10,000 metre double. Morapan Mansri goes for Thailand in 7. From lane 8. Rung Yu Fung.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And
the women's
Pham Thi Huay
5,000 meters
on the outside.
final.
So there'll be a start from the rocks and then an immediate dart to the inside. They start in the wide lanes and then break immediately to the inside, and it's Trianingsih who finds herself leading out in front and likes to hit the front early. Wants to settle into a rhythm here. Now she's well capable of running a time of under 16 minutes, and her 10,000 metre time suggests that she's not at the very best of her game. Pham, who's running with number 6 on her leg, currently tucked into 3rd position at the moment behind her compatriot, the 1,500 metre gold medalist Nguyen Thi Oanh. And Pham, who ran barefoot to claim the silver medal in the 10,000 metre. Is currently finding herself in 3rd. Now again, a relatively slow pace. It's the 5,000 metre. So all the athletes bunched up. Spread out in a line, but nobody getting away from the other in the opening stages, and nobody dropping off the back as yet. So while Trianingsih is leading from the front, she's not setting an electrifying pace in the opening stages. Just trying to get themselves into a rhythm. It's so important to find a good tempo. Trianingsih from Nguyen with Pham currently in 3rd position. The champion of 2005, the Indonesian Oliver Sadi, She's also been a medalist twice in the 1,500 metre. She's tucking herself into a very handy position, currently 4th overall. She and Cherningsee well familiar with one another. Well, Nansri of Thailand is currently 5th overall. Again, nobody really making too much of this. 12.5 laps of this 400 metre track. Not an event that's been run for the longest time. It was only really in 1996 that the 5,000 metre actually featured for the women, certainly at an Olympic Games. Before then it was generally run as the 3,000 metre for women, 5,000 metre for the men. And in 1996 it all changed. Slow-mo pace picking up here. One of the greats of this event, though, is going to be the Romanian Gabriela Szabo. Very fast finishing Romanian. And of course, the other greats include the likes of Almazeanu, who's dominating currently. He's been in spectacular form recently, although did not win the 5,000 metre title at the recent World Championships. And East Africa have had a very solid hand on the 5,000 metres since it has been run. Tirunesh Dibaba still the world record holder at 14:11. We shouldn't be going sub 16 minutes here, and at this pace it's not likely to be a race that is overly quick. Cherningsee still leads, no change in the order. It's Myanmar athlete Kinmar Se who's bringing up the rear. 8 athletes in this final. After the withdrawal of Yuan Yufang of Malaysia, had a hamstring injury, the now marathon runner and legendary race walker. So 8 athletes in this final. And Cherningsee, the SEA Games record holder, 15:54.32 she set on her way to winning gold in 2007. She missed out on the gold medal in 2013 when she was beaten into silver medal place, but that is her only failure in her 5 previous attempts at the gold medal. And in fact, having won the 10,000 metre here already, she's looking for the 5,000, 10,000 metre double for the 5th time overall from 6 SEA Games. And her 11th gold medal in 12 runs over these distances, not to mention a marathon gold medalist as well. And she completed the treble in front of her home fans in 2011. She won the marathon, 5,000 metre and the 10,000 metre all at the same game. So Pam now is looking to up the pace and has just gone over the shoulder of Cherningsee and found herself jumping into that first position. Kinmar Se, who struggled to keep up with the runners in the 10,000 metre, was lapped twice in fact, finds herself still on the back end of the group here. Cherningsee not happy that she's not in front and immediately looks to change things. Is she going to up the tempo now that there's a signal of intent from Pam to put a little pressure on the favourite? And immediately the front 5 runners, with that little change up by Pam, they've picked up the pace ever so slightly, and now 3 runners just dropping off the back. So the top 3 who look to open up a gap, threatening to open one up here, but again it's just slowed down the back straight around the second bend. So Cherningsee, the diminutive runner from Indonesia, out in front. A legendary figure from Southeast Asia. The 2 athletes at the back now are just starting to lose a little bit of grip with the athletes in front, Sunika Prichaprong and the athlete from Laos, Intakwaman Lodkao. For a moment, looked like she was dropping back. She's just holding on to the front group now. Kin Marse of Myanmar has stepped off the back and is leaving Prichaprong in final position. But again, just trying to push the pace. Bum has taken the lead, just tucked in front of Jianingsi. She got a response. Jianingsi has got a very strong finish, but so too does Nguyen Thi Wan. And she's got the speed of a shorter distance runner. Bum will be aware of that. She just needs to get herself into a position where she's leading by the time she gets into the final couple of 100 meters. Jianingsi again going on the outside. There's a water station that's been set up and taking advantage of it in these very warm conditions. Warapan Nuanlitri of Thailand just grabbing a little water on her way around. Front three remain the same. They've alternated with Pum taking the front on a couple of occasions now. Pum in second, her compatriot Nguyen Thi Wan just behind her. Jianingsi, now 30 years old, a diminutive figure, still in front, and Oliver Sadi, also of Indonesia, fourth. So Indok Waman Lodgao currently in sixth position. Just in front of her is Nguyen Thi of Thailand. Stopped for that water break a moment ago, but no break in the rhythm. You just get a sense the pace needs to pick up. This is playing into Jianingsi's hands, and Pum needs to make another move. This is the third time that she's gone past Jianingsi over this distance in this race. If she wants to pick up the pace, she's got to try to get away from this group. Jianingsi won't let her go very far though. And again, while Pum takes the lead, Jianingsi showing signs that she's not going to allow Pum to dictate terms. Not yet at the stage where the athletes will be over concerned about not being at the very front of the race, or in a position where they are going to sit to make a break for the finish line already. So Vietnam 1 and 3, Indonesia 2 and 4, Thailand and Laos. And countries represented in that front group. Two athletes off the back already. Jianingsi tucked in second, the defending champion. Jianingsi, renowned marathon runner. She's only once ever run the marathon at the Southeast Asian Games. She went on to claim the gold medal in fairly confident fashion when it was run in Indonesia, when she won in 2011 in Palembang. Now down the back straight, looks to try to get past Bum, who just doesn't want to allow her any space. A little bit of bunching going up there, and now Nguyen too is going beyond Bum. So Nguyen Thi Wan, she wants to stick with the front runners because she's got some serious back end speed. Just how much is going to be taken out of her in the 5,000 meter? I doubt too much going at this pace. It's a very slow pace by comparison. Jianingsi, a very solid marathon runner. She competed at the London Games of 2012 for Indonesia. 2:41 I think was her time. I'm not moving up. Sadi again. Just thoughts about going beyond the Vietnamese. Trinningsy leads from Nguyen Thi Wan. Pham Thi Huay, she's 21 years old, also from Vietnam, currently in third position. Again, just feels like she's breaking her stride just a little. Doesn't really have a great rhythm. The Indonesian, a little shorter than the other athletes, has a slightly shorter stride pattern. Sadi of Indonesia tucked in fourth, but nobody getting away from anyone else. But they're building up to a position where one of these athletes is going to need to make a mark, going to need to make a move. Well, 3 laps to go. Very slow time. When I say very slow time, I mean well outside any sort of pace. Tiranish Dibaba's record is 14:11, so these athletes would have been lapped 2.5 times already by the time Tiranish Dibaba had finished, if we were looking at world record pace. Dibaba, of course, a special athlete. A phenomenal athlete over this distance. The likes of Gabriela Szabo, certainly one of the legendary figures. Famed Olympic glory run in 2000 over this distance. 12.5 laps of this 400-meter oval track at the Bukit Jalil National Stadium. And still, the front 4 cannot be separated. Pace is very slow. The conditions are not overly humid, but it's very warm, around 35 degrees Celsius, and that'll prove punishing to some of the athletes. And when you run the longer distances, Trinningsy is definitely looking to pick up the pace here. Clear indication that she's wanted to make a move in the final 2 laps. 800 meters to go now, and the athletes rounding the first bend. Now, Nguyen currently in second position, Pham in third position, Trinningsy, the defending champion, who leads. This is her 13th event at a SEA Games. She's won 11 golds in her previous 12 events, but look at the speed of Nguyen Thi Wan. She's made her move and she's got a very fast finish. She claimed the 1,500 meter gold medal in relatively emphatic fashion. And she is not going to let anybody catch her. She's showing that she's got some real speed around here, and Trinningsy's not gone with her. Neither has her compatriot Pham. There might be a little bit of a race on for the silver medal now, but with just over 400 meters to go, Nguyen Thi Wan is showing that she's got some serious back-end speed and is looking to hold on to it. She'll take the bell. Trinningsy, she picked up the pace ever so slightly and is not getting away from anybody around her, but it's a good solid lead of around 60 meters for Nguyen, perhaps even more. And almost sprinting around the oval track for the final time. She hasn't expended a great deal of energy. There's a lot of energy that has been saved by the slow pace of this race. And Nguyen, tier 1. Pushing hard to hold on. And the palm has opened up. Xiaoningsi is not going to claim the 5,000, 10,000 meter double and is in battle for the bronze medal with her compatriot, but the gold is undoubtedly going the way of Nguyen, tier 1. She claims the 1,500 meter, 5,000 meter double with a fine victory. Very slow, 17:23:21. And a fine silver medal for Pam, who will leave with another silver medal in her collection. And the two Vietnamese athletes congratulate one another for their performance. Well, Pam has been left exhausted by her attempt to get past Xiaoningsi on this final lap. She's done it. Xiaoningsi finished incidentally with a bronze, the first bronze in her career. Xiaoningsi of Indonesia. No 5 and 10,000 meter double for her this time. Pham Thi Huay of Vietnam with the silver. To go with her silver from the 10,000, she has a silver from the 5,000. Just coming home now for Thailand. Sunika Prichaprong.
Ladies and gentlemen, after this event, we will witness the victory ceremony for the women's long jump. Hence, the intermission.
Well, the Vietnam 1-2 on the track. Certainly not surprising.
Right session will start.
Vietnam have been nothing short of thoroughly impressive. Final athletes across the finish line, Kin Marse,
With the women's pole vault finals.
just outside the 19-minute mark for the athlete from Myanmar. Xiaoningsi remains the record holder, but today the title has gone the way of Nguyen Thi Huay. 1,500 meter gold medalist. She didn't take any chances in the 5,000. She made her break in the final 2 laps and then sprinted to glory. It's a Vietnam 1-2. Nguyen Thi Huay ahead of Pham Thi Huay. Pham on the left of your screen, on the right is Nguyen, the champion. Two-time gold medalist now for the youngster. Well, genuine joy and delight. But spare a thought for Xiaoningsi as well. At 30 years old, her reign has come to an end in the 5,000 meter. She reigns supreme still in the 10,000 meter, where she won a remarkable 6th consecutive gold medal in the 10,000. But in her 6 efforts at the 5,000 meters, she's got 4 golds, 1 silver and a bronze now from this race. This is the moment it happened. On the penultimate lap, it was Nguyen Thi Huay who decided she needed to make a break and showed just how quick she is. Managed to lap Kin Marse of Myanmar as she sprinted towards glory. Nothing would stop her. She's got a wonderfully strong finish. She showed her abilities as a 1,500 meter with gold in the 1,500 meter race. But Pham Thi Huay, barefoot, she claimed silver in the 10,000 meter. With spikes, she claimed silver in the 5,000 meter, but utterly exhausted by trying to defeat the legendary Xiaoningsi. Didn't have the strength of her compatriot and collapses on the tartan here on the finish line as Vietnam claim another 1-2 in the athletics. Continue to lead the way. Confirmation then of the results. Nguyen Thi Huay, a double gold medalist at Kuala Lumpur 2017. She's got the 5,000 meter title now. Pham Thi Huay with her 2nd silver, following a silver in the 10,000 meters. And Xiaoningsi victorious in the 10,000, bronze in the 5,000 to deny
ini dipaparkan
fellow Indonesian Untitled Chapter from claiming a medal.
Kita alih pandangan ke skobor untuk mengetahui keputusan rasmi bagi acara 5.000 meter wanita peringkat akhir. Untuk makluman tuan-tuan dan puan-puan pada jam 5.10 nanti kita akan saksikan upacara penyampaian hadiah bagi acara lompat jauh wanita. Sukan olahraga akan bermula pada jam 8 malam dengan acara lompol bergala wanita, kemudian diikuti dengan lompat 8 Indah Kauman Kio dari Laos,
Currently 6th position.
541 Kim Marse Myanmar, 502
Queen Mareng.
representing
Still short of that 6 meter mark. She's been going over 6 meter 30. She's only just managed 2 jumps of over 6 meters. Her best at 6:04. In July, actually jumped to 6:39 at the Vietnam Open. The 20-year-old doesn't find the consistency here. Now Santos for Philippines to try to get into the medals with her final jump. Her best of 6:18. Missed a medal by 1 centimeter in 2015. Looking to go one better here, and she's not going to do it with that effort. So Catherine K. Santos, bronze medalist from 2011, and 4th place by a centimeter in 2015. Will miss out on the medals again. Now Londa, 2nd overall in that 4th round attempt of 6:45. Wants to get into gold medal position here. Her dominance in the triple jump was already broken, and she had to settle for the silver. What a decent launch from Londa, who's not been in her best form. 6:45, a slight improvement then. She remains in silver medal position. And a 4-time champion. Narendra Dukmai, 6:26, sees her just outside the medals. The 20-year-old. This is overall produced a big improvement from her best this season. 6:26 is her best by 20 centimeters this season. A little long on the board with this one, so a no jump and no medal. Estrella Sunung can still produce a jump to claim the gold. Oh, got a run totally wrong, runs through the pit. That is the end of her long jump competition. Well, she will finish in bronze medal position. Former champion, 4-time gold medalist. Buiti Tu Tao. Just to confirm it, can she improve on her best jump? Well, would have been good distance, but long on the board. Best of 6:68, Buiti Tu Tao, bronze medalist 4 years ago, silver medalist 2 years ago, is gold medalist here in Vietnam. Continue to lead the way in the athletics competition.
Không sao, có thể thế thì được. Chứ lần nào chị đàm ơi, nhiều chứ lần nào. Không phải. Chả thôi.
Confirmation then of the results in the women's long jump. By 2 centimeters, Sunung misses out on a silver. She loses out to Londa, who cannot defend her title, and Buiti Tu Tao of Vietnam. as her first gold medal and her third attempt in the women's long jump at the SEA Games.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the victory ceremony for the men's javelin throw. Please welcome the medalists.
This is the victory ceremony for the men's javelin.
The medals will be presented by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri Norsa Zakaria, Vice President of Olympic Council of Malaysia. The mascot and seedling will be presented by Mr. S. Govindaraju, Council Member of the Malaysian Athletics Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, bronze medalist from the Philippines, Melvin Calano, with a distance
A bronze medal for Melvin Calano,
94.
improving on his season's best over 65 metres for Calano as he held on in the closing stages of a series of throws to claim the bronze medal. (65.94). Good pressure from Nguyen of Vietnam, who misses out on the medals, but Calano is the bronze medalist for the Philippines.
From Indonesia, Abdul Hafiz, with a distance
Very
of
impressive. 69 meter 30 from Abdul Hafiz. Sees him claim the silver medal, the only athlete bar the winner to go near the 70 meter mark. And for the 21-year-old, a bright future in prospect.
Ladies and gentlemen, gold medalist and 29 SEA Games champion.
So there was no disappointment from the favourites. For the third time in his career, he is atop the podium. Nowhere near his SEA Games record that he set on his way to the gold in 2013, 76 meter 30, but a throw of 71 meter 49, which confirms his gold medal. He won with a throw of in excess of 75 meters in 2015. He matched his season's best of 71.49 that he set at the Thai Open with a 71.49 here, and the 26-year-old has 3 consecutive gold medals in the men's javelin. Thailand improve their medal count. Always important to add the gold medals to the tally. They've picked up a host of silver and bronze medals, but this a 4th gold medal in the track and field events outside of the relay events. Pera Chachantra with gold ahead of Indonesia's Hafsi, and Philippines through Calano take bronze.
That marks the end of the
Thank you to all our VIPs. Congratulations to all our athletes.
ต่อพี่
Confirmation of the results. Men's javelin throw, Chantra champion again, Hafiz second, Kalano with a bronze for the Philippines.
Saya tak tahu ada di mana orang Indonesia ini. Nggak boleh ya? Tinggal terlibur. Ini gimana nih?
Tahu nih kak, lewatnya beda orang.
Tadi 40.
Beda 40 dah. Beda lagi lebih. Lebih dari lagi. Kak, habis. Kamarnya.
Ya. Iya.
Makasih kak.
Ya. Selamat ya. Luar biasa.
Still a Sunang. And the Torres, the second attempt in the women's long jump. Moving up to some pace down the runway. A woman who's nearing 40. It's a very good launch. Put her in serious medal contention. So a legitimate jump, a 6:45. Good enough for second.
Short ball will be next track. Event of the day. Men's 4x.
So Londa, final jump. Second overall, needs to improve on the 6:45. Oh, looks like she's just done it. It looks to be around the 6:50 mark. And does so. Joint second she was going into this final round. She's just 2 centimeters ahead of the legendary Sunang. Between them, a host of gold medals. So fourth round attempt, already a lead at 6:64 for the Vietnamese star. Bronze in 2013, silver in 2015, and that could well set her up for the gold in 2017. Bui Thi Tu Thao, 6:58, her best in April this season, but she's just shattered that with a 6:68. Improves her best jump in this competition and is in pole position for gold. Confirmation of the results, a confident victory for Bui Thi Tu Thao of Vietnam over Maria Natalia Londa of Indonesia with a 6:47, just 2 centimeters ahead of Maristrela Sunang. In between them, they've won 6 gold medals in the women's long jump. Minato of Thailand, a final attempt in the women's heptathlon javelin. Just trying to get out there as far as she possibly can. Very last heptathlon. It's a penultimate event for the aging Minato. 5-time champion, twice Asian champion. Just holding on to her back. It was a disappointing final effort, but she posted 4th best distance, 34.60 meters. Won't make up ground on the leader, Sadi. Nova.
Take photo.
Ladies and gentlemen, result for long jump women final. First place goes to from Javelin. With a distance 6.68 meters. Second place Indonesia, with a distance 6.47 meters. Third place Philippines, Marcelo Simon, 6 meters 6.45 meters. Fourth place, Julian Prime from Vietnam, with a distance 6.26 meters. Fifth place, Catherine K. Santo from Philippines, with a distance 6.18 meters. Sixth place, Maria Chaudhary from Thailand, with a distance 6.04 meters. Seventh place, Saidatu Natia from Malaysia, with a distance 5.99 meters. And eighth place, Putava Devi from Laos, with a distance 5.75 meters. Result, long jump women final.
Yeah.
This is the victory ceremony for the women's long jump.
Mascot and seedling will be presented by Dato' Harjit Singh, Council Member, Malaysia Athletics Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, bronze medalist from Philippines, Maristela Suna, with the distance of 6
Well, the bronze medalist
4.5 meters.
from the Philippines, a multiple medalist at these games over the years. She competed before she was married and competed under a married name as Maristela Sunang, as Maristela Torres. Now 36, three-time medalist at the Asian Championships, 2009 long jump champion, four-time champion here, is now a bronze medalist in 2017. Maria Natalia Londa won gold medals at the last two Southeast Asia Games, but she came unstuck today. Still a distance of 6 meters 47. Improving on her best of 6 meter 30 that she produced in May in Baku. She takes her second silver of these games, following her silver in the women's triple jump.
Gold medalist and the 29 SEA Games champion from Vietnam, Bui Thi Thu Thao, with the distance of
But a superb jump of 6 meters 68. Puiti Tutao, the 25-year-old who was a bronze medalist in 2013, a silver medalist in 2015, is now a gold medalist in 2017. Still short of Torres or Maristela Sunang's all-time record that stands at 6 meters 71. She's only 3 centimeters off it. But the 25-year-old can celebrate. In the last 3 SEA Games, she's improved by 1 place each time. Bronze, silver, now gold in Kuala Lumpur. Now for the national anthem of Vietnam. Well, no doubt about the winner. Another fine performance, improving on her season's best, and a winner by 21 centimeters in the sandpit. Puiti Tutao of Vietnam takes gold with a jump of 6.68 ahead of defending champion Londo, produced a 6.47, just 2 centimeters behind her 4-time champion Sunang with the bronze. Politely applauding as well, Rimau, the mascot of Kuala Lumpur 2017. What a popular figure he's cut. Now the leader in the heptathlon, this is her final attempt. Just wants to improve her standing, wants to open up a little gap between her second, third and fourth. They're all very, very tight. Well, that'll be a better throw. It looks like it's going to be an improvement on her best. 35.10 meters, so third best attempt overall so far. And that should keep her in front. The defending champion from Thailand. Second attempt for the defending champion, Kochim Wang. Well, doesn't have a huge amount of momentum, but sends it out a long way, and that's closer to the 40-meter mark. 39.68. She'll certainly take that. She wants to close the gap on the 3 competitors above her. Now, in her specialist event, Sisa Atienza, a 37-year-old, holding on to the lead in this event, trying to close the gap on the 4 competitors above her overall. Just stays in. That's a big attempt, and that'll be her best. around the 42.5 meter mark, 42.41. By far the best attempt in this women's heptathlon javelin. Confirmation of the results of the javelin with Narcisa Atienza well ahead of anybody else. It'll equate to a fair number of points more, but Kutse Mwang making up further points, and that's enough to take the lead from Nova. Now the first four very, very, very close indeed going into the javelin. The defending champion is now in front with one event to go. Nova still a chance of winning the gold of the final event. This is the victory ceremony for the women's high jump.
The medals will be presented by Mr. Tan Chuan Jin, Minister of Social and Family Development of Singapore and the President of the Singapore National Olympic Council. The mascot and seedling will be presented by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sian Tong Chi, Assistant Secretary of National Olympics Committee, Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, bronze medalist, Malaysia, Yap Xian Yi, with a height of
Yap Xian Yi, 6th in the women's high jump final in 2015. She cleared 1 meter 83, as all 4 of the top jumpers did. But on the countback, she claims the bronze medal for Malaysia.
Ladies and gentlemen, joint gold medalist and the 29 SEA Games champion from Vietnam, Xuan Thi Viet Ai.
Well, we have 2 champions in the women's high jump. Duong Thi Viet An of Vietnam cleared 1 meter 83. So too did Michelle Sun.
From Singapore, Michelle Sun.
Sun Suat Lee, 1 meter 83, and she has a great story to tell. The way she's overcome a stress fracture that required serious surgery. She took years off. She only got back into the sport in 2013. In 2015, she was a bronze medalist, and at 30 years old, after a very interrupted high jump career, she's got a gold medal around her neck. It was a bit of a rigmarole. She launched a successful appeal after the competition. These 2 jumpers had a jump off, but they were only told after the competition had concluded.
Ladies and
In
gentlemen,
the end, an appeal stood. Both awarded golds, and we'll have the national anthems of Vietnam and Singapore. An emotional moment for Michelle Singh, the first Singaporean to win a high jump gold since Nur Azhar Hamid in the men's category in the 73 Southeast Asia Peninsula Games. Joint gold medals for Duong of Vietnam and Sung of Singapore. Yap Shan Yi of Malaysia takes bronze. Both athletes successfully clearing 1 meter 83. They failed at 1 meter 86. They were told there'd be a jump off, but only after they'd cooled down. And when the Vietnamese won the jump off, Singapore launched an appeal. It was successful, and as a result, they have both been awarded the joint gold medal. But a particularly emotional one for an injury-ravaged Michelle Singh. Confirmation then of the results. All four of the top athletes cleared 183, but on countback it was Yap who claims the bronze, Sung and Duong of Singapore and Vietnam respectively. Joint gold medals in the women's high jump. Confirmation of the results earlier today. Jantra defending his Javelin title ahead of Hafiz and Galano. In the women's long jump, it was another gold for Vietnam, Bui Thi Tu Tao. Collection of medals now, bronze, silver and gold in 2017 for her. In the women's 4x100 meter final, it was Vietnam who set a new SEA Games record with 4.388, being brought home by the 100 and 200 meter champion Le Tu Chin. Thailand silver, Philippines bronze. Philippines came bronze in the men's 4x100 meter final, with Indonesia pipping them to the post for the silver medal, and Thailand in a new SEA Games record 38.90. The women's 5,000 meter, Chia Ningsi defeated for only the second time in her SEA Games career over this distance. She claimed the bronze medal as Vietnam's Pham Thi Huê finished ahead of her in silver medal position, but the winner, the 1,500 meter champion as well, Nguyen.